where does Malik Willis most need to improve his game right now for the Titans? Where does Malik Willis need to improve his game most right now for the Titans? Michael says decision-making or awareness. Let's see. Daniel says looking down the field. Jonathan says deep ball passing or anything over a yard. Let's see. Devin says, unfortunately, he needs to go against the coaches and get out of the pocket other than being more decisive. So Devin wants him to be more creative with that there too. Let's see. More Grim says be patient. 60 Hustle says be quicker on his reads, but I expect that being his third start. Remember, guys, Malik wasn't even supposed to play this year. I agree with 60 Hustle there. Zach, are you saying anything else in the comments or want to go yourself?
Well, Noah says, and here's some jackpot buck says, just copy the Eagles offense. Malik has very comparable skills of Jalen Hurts. And I think you can't just do this like that. You've got to make it your own and just placate to Malik Willis's skill set. But I do think that's what kind of Noah is saying, is that people also forget Jalen recently developed his throwing ability. He's had that time to develop. So that Eagles offense, and look, Will Still could probably speak to this tomorrow, and this is a good question to ask him. What has he seen from Jalen Hurts that has, in the two times that the Cowboys have faced the Eagles, that has worked? And how would that work against the Cowboys? They played a backup quarterback in the first week in Cooper Rush and lost. That this past weekend was a great game. But, I do think that you've got to look at Malik Willis and what does he need to improve on the most? I mean, I think it's the pocket presence to get out of harm's way, but it's also a catch-22 because your offensive line is so bad. Mm-hmm. So like how much, maybe you may not have enough pocket presence to override the inability of the offensive line to block. So and so I think that's kind of contradictory on, well, I've said that, but the offensive line is so bad, it's hard to just say pocket presence. I will say the one thing that I think will define Malik Willis's career, which is the accuracy of his throws. He cannot miss. He doesn't have that luxury. He cannot miss. He's going to have to thread the needle into tight spots and make the big plays if he's going to want to compete the rest of this year. He'll have full development over the next couple of years, probably a new OC next year. But his accuracy will lead him the way to score points, which entails wins games. But that's my final answer, is throwing accuracy.
But Zach, that's the end result. Accuracy is the end result of the entire process, because Malik Willis, in order to be accurate, he has to be on time everywhere else. He has to be on time between the ears. His feet have to be on time to match that processing and that decision-making, and then he has to execute the throw. And so that's, I think, where his biggest growth needs to come, is his timing process. That will lead to better decisions and being more accurate. And that's what saw.
Let me say this real quick.
Okay.
You said that in a very structured quarterback sense.
Yeah.
That's not Malik Willis. It's just like the same thing you're dealing with 2 games, right?
They've been working on this since he got here in May. That was the whole thing.
Malik Willis has to work on his accuracy when he's outside of the pocket and he's running for his life. That's because he can't afford to miss those throws. Because Austin, that's the position he's going to be in the next 2 weeks.
Right, but Zach, we have
to remember. He's not going to be in the structured pocket.
I'm not talking about the structured pocket. Wherever the hell he is on the field before he throws the football, his feet have to match his mental processing and decision-making. Because whenever you're inaccurate, your feet are all off and not on the right platform, and you have to make a quick decision and throw without your feet being there, and that leads to being inaccurate. And so that's what they've been working on with Malik since he got to the facility in May. We remember the videos of Malik in practice when he was doing the rollout drills, and it looked like his legs were like the wacky wavable, inflatable, all-inflating tube man. Like, that's what his legs were doing as he was rolling out to throw. Everything was just off. And then I remember talking and asking Malik a question about his processing. And he literally said that, that his mind is seeing it fast enough, but his athletic ability and his footwork needs to catch up to his mind. And so I kind of think it's a little bit backwards there. He has to have his feet ready at all time, so his feet are ready to throw when his mind makes a decision.